Hi, everyone. I'm David from the podcast team of I-Fal, the English learning app. I'm really glad you're here today. Let's look at some interesting news, practice English together, and relate it to our everyday life in Israel. Whether you're stuck in traffic, chatting over coffee, or just hanging out with friends. 1. Yoni Roeh's new protest album First, singer Yoni Roeh has released a brand new album called Mefuzarim. You might remember him from his famous protest song, Ezo Medina, almost 40 years ago. In this new album, there's a song called Politica, where he sings about a parliament that lost its values, and jokes that a strategy consultant would sell even God. It's a strong message about public life and leadership. I love that he's still speaking up after all these years. It reminds me of how we sometimes argue with our neighbors about what's happening in town. You know, the guy next door is always complaining over the fence, and I find myself nodding, even though I'm late for work because of traffic. Let me explain one word here. Album, a collection of songs. Albvm Swa. So Mefuzarim is a new album with many tracks, including Politica. 2. A Wes Anderson exhibition in London. Next up, there's a big exhibition in London's Design Museum dedicated to director Wes Anderson. It features hundreds of models, costumes, and props from his movies like The Royal Tenenbaums and The Grand Budapest Hotel. Fans say it's like stepping into one of his films, with perfect symmetry and bright colors. Although London is far away, I imagine walking through those display cases, noticing every tiny detail. Here in Tel Aviv, we have great art shows too. Remember that cool pop-up gallery near Rothschild? Visiting an exhibition abroad makes me appreciate how global our culture is. New word time. Exhibition, a public show of objects or art. TerVKH. This exhibition shows many items from movie sets. 3. A surprising kiss for Game of Thrones. Stars. Our third story is about Kit Harington and Sophie Turner, who played Jon Snow and Sansa Stark, siblings in Game of Thrones. In their new horror film, The Dreadful, they play lovers, and they admit the kiss was really weird. They said it felt strange to work on a love scene after playing brother and sister for so many years. I can totally understand. It's like training with your army friends, and then suddenly dancing with one of them at a wedding. Very awkward. But actors are professionals. They switch roles and make it look natural for viewers. I'll explain one word here. Horror. A scary movie or genre. Aim. So, The Dreadful is a horror film, not a comedy. 4. Reservists and daily pay. Fourth news. The state comptroller published a report about reservists' pay. It says around one-third of reservists receive only 311 shekels per day, far below what many feel is fair. The report also notes delays and mistakes in payments and rights at work. I did my own reserve duty, and I know how hard it can be to miss a full day at your regular job, find parking, or cover childcare. Many of us grab coffee in between shifts, but imagine paying out of your own pocket each time. This report shows our country needs to support its reservists better. A quick word. Reservist, a soldier who serves in the army part-time when needed. Milvaimnik. These people train and fight alongside full-time soldiers, so they deserve proper compensation. 5. A new business center in Eilat. Finally, Eilat is getting a major upgrade. On a plot of 21 dunams, planners will build a modern transport station, two 12-story office towers, and 80,000 square meters of space for shops, offices, and tourism. This big project aims to boost the southern city's economy, create jobs, and improve services for locals and visitors. I was in Eilat last summer, and I saw crowded roads and busy markets. A new business center could ease traffic, offer fresh cafes, and even attract new companies. Imagine catching a bus at a sleek new station before meeting a friend for a drink. Much more comfortable than waiting under the hot sun. Let me share one more word. Dunam, a unit of land area about 1,000 square meters. DVNM. So 21 dunams is roughly 21,000 square meters. That's our quick roundup of 5 news items: music, movies, art, army life, and city planning. I hope these summaries helped you learn some new vocabulary and connect English to things we all experience here in Israel. I really enjoyed helping listeners learn some English today. And don't forget our I-Fal app. Only 20 shekels per lesson. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.